Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to the Aquarius New Moon Tarot reading for all the signs. We're going to pull a card for each one of you guys, Aries all the way through Pisces, and I'm going to try to put the timestamps below. Thank you to those who end up putting the timestamps often in these videos, so thank you guys. It's a little bit cold here, as you can tell. I know, surprising for Florida, but I'm wearing a sweatshirt and a scarf right now. Also, let's see here, guys. So now that the sun is in Aquarius, I'm actually shooting this on the 20th, the day when the sun moves into Aquarius. And this is on the 24th, which is Friday. So Friday the 24th, we will have this new moon in Aquarius. And this is the Lunar New Year, actually. In the Chinese New Year, this is the Lunar New Year. This is now the year of the metal rat. So happy Lunar New Year to you all. This is a great time to be using this new moon to plant seeds for the year ahead, to focus again on what you want to pull in, especially in terms of all that air energy, because the Aquarius is fixed air, and the sun and the moon both being in Aquarius at 4 degrees of each other. There's all that wonderful fixed sign air energy, which some people can construe as kind of cold, but in my opinion is very humanitarian, very focused on intelligence. Can we learn? How can we grow? How can we better this earth? So I'm excited for this new moon in Aquarius. Check out Gregory Scott, White Light Astrology, if you want to know more about the astrology. But I'm going to get right into the reading now. We're using the Usi Pagan Otherworlds deck for a card for each sign, okay? So let's get into Aries. And also, guys, do stick around at the end. I have a couple of big announcements in terms of even some specials for readings, as well as some other little announcements. So check that out at the end. And if you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to share. Leave me a comment. And I'll see you guys in the monthlies as well as the yearlies. Because yearlies for each sign are up for the year 2020 as well as for January 2020. So let's check it out. All right, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aries, what is this new moon in Aquarius bringing in for you? What is it beginning for you? I'm going to say bringing in and beginning. We'll pull a card for each, just because it is the first new moon of the year. What's it beginning for you? Wow, okay. So, I'm actually going to take this third card out with it because it was behind it. Can't really ignore it. Aries, so what this is bringing in for you, Queen of Cups reversed. When I get that kind of sense, I do feel, I don't want to say immediately emotional manipulation, but if you've had emotional manipulation in your life, if that has been an issue, or if you haven't been able to see somebody that has been emotionally manipulating you, or any type of emotional manipulation going on in your life, you will see it at this new moon. I do feel that this new moon in Aquarius, and like right before I started this video, I was kind of just sitting in the energy. And the only thing I was really thinking of was that I feel it's going to give us the bird's eye view that we've needed. We've been, looking at things, one at a time or in a linear fashion on the level with us. But this new moon in Aquarius, I mean, new moons and full moons kind of stick around that energy-wise, especially for the days after, like a week before, a week after. So I've been noticing that there's been this growing sense of expansion in terms of how we see the world around us, how we see where we're going, how we see the big path here, the big picture. So I do think that with the ability to see the big picture here gives you this ability to really understand where people might be a little bit untrustworthy, where people might be actually manipulating you, using you in some aspect. So what this is going to bring in for you is this Six of Cups. In between both of these energies, I mean, this situation must be about love or something, I would assume, or it doesn't have to be about love. It can be about career, friendship, whatever, but with that Six of Cups and then the Three of Swords below all of this, there has been pain here. There has been hurt. You might be having a reconciliation, or you might be hearing from somebody that has hurt you here. I do think that if you are looking for an apology, you're not going to be getting one. Honestly, with the Three of Swords reversed and the Queen of Cups being what's coming in, But what this does begin for you is a healing in your heart over a situation, a person that has put those three swords there, over emotional manipulation that you can now see. So I do feel we could also be reconnecting in some aspects to somebody, something, even a love situation. Even if we're in a relationship, there is this opening of the heart, a reconnection there, a type of reconciliation. Six of Cups, again, is that focus on the past, focus on what was. So we could be, I don't know, I kind of want to pull another one for you, honestly, with a different deck, because this is interesting here, Aries. Yeah, you're ending a situation here. It's transforming a situation that hasn't brought you bread, hasn't brought you love here. So some of you could be getting real tired of how somebody has treated you, how somebody has been with you, how, a relationship that has put, again, three swords in your heart. You're realizing this situation has manipulated me in a negative way. As you can hear, Scylla is agreeing, and I'm sorry, Aries, I don't know what's going on with her today. But, I mean, if anyone is loud and can handle a dog bark, I would assume it's you. And with that kind of message, somebody has definitely hurt you. She tends to come in and bark right at the perfect moments when I need a resounding yes. So, Aries, those are your messages. I know they're not the most positive, but it does leave you open in terms of, reconnecting with what does make you happy. Maybe it's more of a reconciliation of what true romance, true love is for you, rather than something that isn't really feeding you. Something, again, that I like to say doesn't bring home the bacon. All right, Aries, those are your messages. They were longer than I expected, so let's move on now to Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's going on with you, Taurus, for this new moon in Aquarius? What's happening? What does this bring in for you, Taurus? Oh, that has been a card that has been coming up for you quite a bit. And what is this bringing in for you guys? What is this beginning? This Lunar New Year, what does it begin for you guys? One card. If we could just get one card, that'd be awesome right now. It's like giving me no cards. Taurus, what is this new Lunar New Year starting for you guys? I would just like one card. That'd be really nice. All right. Okay, there we go, finally. And yeah, let's look at this, because these are two very similar energies. And I mean that in that they both have a lot to do with the moon, with mysteries, with Pisces, actually, for me especially. I know that other readers out there kind of associate both of these cards also with that Piscean feeling of looking for the mysteries, trying to divine what is really going on here, because the moon is this yearning for fulfillment. I'm sorry, that's what's coming in though. That's what this is beginning on. But what is coming in during this is this High Priestess energy, seeking out the mysteries, understanding the divine. I mean, she's kind of the moon goddess. I like to see her as Sarah Dwayne, because she does have both, the two kind of crescent moons and, the triple goddess symbol, basically, of the moon. But it's kind of out there on a string. She also has some flowers, which, bring up the more grounded aspects, the more, again, a blooming kind of sense of understanding through growth, through long-term growth, through even material growth in a more grounded, earthy sense. But the High Priestess has her foot dipped in this water. And as we can see, the same water is right there with the moon, where these dogs are howling at it, losing their minds at it here. Again, there's just this sense of mystery, of wisdom, of these unraveling influences right now. So this is kind of beginning, yes, it's beginning a new Lunar New Year for you, as we can see with the Moon card. For some of you, this might have a lot to do with the Pisces. This might have a lot to do with somebody who is mysterious, or something that is mysterious in your life here. Let's pull a clarifier, just because we did for Aries, so why not for you guys? Temperance. And it's interesting, Aquarius is very, even though it's not the sign, even though it's not Aquarius and it is the sign of Sagittarius technically, it has that ability to kind of bring things into alignment, bring things into balance, inner and the outer world here, to bring more information, more connection, more spiritual, as well as, real, other, not so much spiritual growth. I know that sounds like a really weird way to put that, but it's adaptation here. And it feels that we're kind of realizing the mysteries of our own individualized existence in this full moon, or in this new moon here. So this begins a brand new beginning in terms of, again, obviously a lunar new year, but also in terms of what we're divining. So reach out to your higher self, reach out to Sarah Dwen if you reach out to her and you use her as a goddess, or whatever you denote your own moon goddess as, or whoever you associate with that kind of feminine principle of mystery, the moon energy here. She will come through, because again, there is this kind of psychic force here that is coming to peace here if we're willing to look at if we're really willing to look at all of this, because again, there's contemplation, but there's clarity coming in here. And we've been patient here, it feels like, but it does feel like, things again with both of these energies and with temperance come out on their own accord and in their own way, as long as we're asking and are open for the answers to whatever mysteries we are trying to divine through here. So this is really, really beautiful messages for you, Taurus. Very spiritual as well. If you're looking to grow spiritually, and if you're looking for messages, you're looking for guidance, you can reach out and get it like that. So do maybe a little ceremony, a little ritual, or connect, with Sarah Dwen or the moon goddess here to really gain some knowledge that'll help you. Again, it's going to give you that overview, give you the answers to the mysteries, let you really look and dive deep into these feelings. So this is really interesting. All right, Taurus, those are your messages. Let's move on here. All right, so let's see now, Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is coming in this new moon in Aquarius for you? Ooh, coming right out. And what is it bringing in this lunar new year? What does this lunar new year, this new moon in Aquarius bring in for Gemini? Ooh. Okay. Too many cards out. Hold on. They're like half of them just turned up. Okay. Nice. We'll take it. Page of Wands is where, what's coming in here, which for me is information, kind of that driving force. It's honestly, the essence of Wand energy. So when I see him, I always feel, that there's information here. There's spiritual importance. There's something, there's a certain drive, a certain, fire in our belly about something, a certain need to learn something, or if we've decided this is my new goal, this is where I want to head, we're going to be working towards that. But there does seem to be a kind of an exciting newer energy here of just kind of following what makes you happy, learning something new, going at something with more vigor, more energy. And then Four of Wands is what this kind of begins for you, which is peace, harmony, connectedness, things coming into alignment, especially at home, especially with loved ones or in a marriage situation. But there could also be something to celebrate for those of you that have been wanting to grow your family. I do feel that this is maybe a good message for this lunar new year if you've been wanting to try to start that here. It does seem like you're on the same page. We could even be celebrating a pregnancy or a new home type of situation. There is something to celebrate here, and it does feel like, Gemini, you'll have a lot to celebrate this year, of things being in peace, of things coming into harmony, of things really working out. But at this point, we're going to feel that there's a lot of peace, there's a lot of prosperity, there's a lot of really good things in our life, and we're going to start learning to appreciate that in the here and the now, and being more present in the now. Let's pull any clarifiers for you guys. Thankfully, your messages were less intense than Aries and Taurus so far. Just feel good. So, yeah, things are going in a great direction for you. Things are changing in a positive way. Wheel of Fortune is a great card to get in terms of, clarifying this stuff. It's the prosperity, it's the happiness, it's the success. It's that feeling that things are changing in an extremely positive way here. There's ups and downs in life, but there's constant change. But this is the beginning of a very positive cycle. And it feels like you have earned this harvest. You have earned where things are going right now. So celebrate. All right, Gemini, let's not even look too deep into that. That was great. All right, so let's move on now to Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cancers. What is coming up for you? Coming in for you in this new moon in Aquarius, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh. Okay. These cards just want to fly on the floor today. And again, this is my Usi Pagan Otherworlds deck. I absolutely love it. And what is this starting for you in terms of a new lunar cycle? Cancer. Ooh. Heck yeah. All right. We'll take it. Page of Pentacles. So for some of you, what's coming up here, what's coming in is maybe even a raise, a new project, something new you have to learn. It feels like it's more work-oriented, or again, if you have been, needing to learn new skills, start something new at work here, you're planting those seeds. If you have an idea as well, though, on your own, especially, I don't know, I'm getting like a creative idea or something to write, something to create, especially if you're an artist or of some type. And Cancerians are quite artistic in music as well as in the fine arts and stuff. In writing, Cancerians are just kind of known to be good with all that stuff. So, to me, if you have an idea that you want to bring to the world, something you want to create, a creative energy that you want, want to plant as a seed here, that you want to see where it's going to go in terms of business, in terms of what this really holds, and if people are really going to be on board with it, I say go for it. What this is beginning for you, Knight of Wands, is this kind of year where you get to chase what makes you happy. Chase your passions, be happy in the moment and focus on what makes you happy in the moment. Being more present. The Knight of Rods is very here, there, everywhere, but it also denotes travel. So for some of you, if you want to travel, or if there's a new vein of interest, a new creative path that you want to go down, it feels like whatever you're planting this year, whatever you want to do, it's going to work out very well for you. There's a lot of energy, almost like the Fool when I get the Knight of Rods, where he doesn't really know where he's going. It's like a path into the unknown, but we're excited about it. We're interested to see where it's going to take us. There is possible change, like here, obviously. There's possibility of travel. There's possibility of something more. So let's see any other clarification we get here. But for me, Knight of Rods is, I have a message I want to give to the world, and I have no idea how this is going to go. But I think that this holds water, and that I can plant this seed, and it's going to grow to something more. And if I put some passion, some fire into that, start telling the world, start showing everybody what I got, it's absolutely going to go well. Clarify any of these messages for Cancer right now for this new moon in Aquarius. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. You're building solid and firm foundations. It feels to me like you got a pentacle. Maybe you're working with 2 other people, but maybe you're just building the foundation you need to run and show this to everyone. He looks like he's got a huge stick here. He's on this deer or this elk, and it just feels like whatever your idea is, whatever you have to give to the world, it's almost like in purity because it's white and it's very, kind of regal and, again, very pure looking, this deer or stag. So again, whatever you have to bring to the world, you're very passionate about, and you're building the foundations at the beginning of this lunar cycle. And this year, I think you're going to see this grow. So don't give up on your dreams. Start having faith in them. Okay. Let's move on now to Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Leo. What is this new moon in Aquarius bringing up for you? A new moon in your opposite sign. Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll take it. And what is coming in? What is beginning with this lunar cycle for you guys? What is beginning with this new moon in Aquarius, with this beginning of the lunar cycle of the year for you guys? For Leo, okay, guys. One at a time. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have to pull a clarifier there. Let me just do that real quick before I even get into this. Clarify these messages for what's coming. Oh, right out. All right. You guys, I'm going to actually start with the clarifier. You guys are taking this to the next level. You guys are stepping into a more empowered, powerful, authoritative position in your life. I ain't taking shit from nobody. That's the kind of energy I get from you guys is, no, I'm leading my life where I want to lead it, and nothing is going to get in my way. If people have been bothering you, if you're realizing the toxic relationships in your life, you're done with it. I mean, this is bringing up, you know, the devil in your life, your unhealthy attachments, your unhealthy addictions, even people in your life that are the devil, that keep you running around in circles, that keep you around for X, Y, and Z reasons, but are using you. Because the devil is the energy, again, that somebody is using it. Somebody doesn't want to build you up, but rather to destroy you. It's the destructive qualities that we get stuck in. It's also the illusion that, you know, what we're in is good for us. A friendship, a relationship, even with work, a situation is, you know, oh, it's been good for us. It's been really good for X, Y, and Z reasons. You know, I've known this person my whole life. We've been friends since we were kids. I've, you know, worked at this job and it's paying me this much, so it must be good. Or, you know, I'm working for these people and, you know, they're good, so it must be fine. But again, with this Aquarius energy, we're being able to kind of look at everything from a bird's eye view, and you're seeing that there is no foundation. The key here is actually to let this go. Because when I get Four of Pentacles reversed, you have let go of a foundation. I'm going to hold it up right just so you can see it normally, but it's like you have to let go of a foundation. The key is there. You have figured out the key, and you have realized that whatever you've been standing on is no longer working anymore. Because the Four of Pentacles reversed, for me especially, is just this, your walls of security, you know, it's a sense of, you know, the walls that you have built, the foundation you have built, the security that you have built is crumbled below your feet here. And I think that you guys are taking charge and making that happen, because you don't really like the foundation that your life is built upon right now, that a friendship has been built upon. I'm getting for a lot of you that it has to do with friendship and money. So career, friendships, relationships. How have I been building them? Whoa, I don't think I like that. I don't think I like the way I've let people manipulate me. I don't think I like the way I've let people use me because I'm a Leo and because I have all this great energy. People tend to use you guys. They tend to, you know, get mad when you're not willing to, you know, play the Leo part, to be the everything, to give them all that sun attention. Because when a Leo gives you attention, it's like the sun shining right at you. But some people take that and they think that they deserve it all the time. They think that they deserve more. And you have to put up some boundaries here in terms of a relationship, in terms of love. Or again, for some of you where you have been just physically staying, or just a lot of aspects of your life, you're kind of like, wow, this isn't working, let's tear this down, let's tear that down. There's no more illusion. You're seeing things very clearly, and you're ready to make the decisions that, again, are best for you. You are the master of your own emotions, the master of your own domain here. There's a lot of intelligence and wisdom that comes with this, that you have been able to get, you know, you've been able to get to this point. You've been able to realize what's really going on and make a change. So Leos, this is really big, and this is going to have you, breaking chains here, there, everywhere this year. So let's move on now to Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is this new moon in Aquarius? Oh my gosh, bringing up for you. Here we go. This is a new moon in Aquarius bringing up for you guys. Okay. And what is this new lunar cycle for the year of 2020 starting for you, Virgos? Okay, I'll take it. Okay. I kind of got the sense of, I don't know, for some reason the song, we're not gonna take it. So you guys aren't gonna take something anymore. You're ready to fight for something. But let me show you the cards in a second. Let me just get a clarifier. Good stuff, though. Yeah, you guys are ready to fight for something that you believe in. And you're ready to fight against what hasn't been working. You know, I'm tired of taking the scraps. I'm tired of taking what I have been taking. The Seven of Wands makes you feel sometimes that you're a little bit under attack, especially your principles, who you are, your belief system, you know, how you've been going at something. And it could be that you have kind of reached this place where you feel very outnumbered by your adversaries, by whatever's coming up against you. But there is this courage, this persistence that brings you forward. It usually shows, you know, a person fighting another person or something like that, you know, with a wand here, taking somebody down, pushing somebody or something down, because you have to fight for this, you know, so that we can push on, so that we can work through whatever this issue is, whatever the problem is, this competition. But so it does bring up this sense of, I'm going to fight for something, I'm going to put in the effort, don't mess with me, like, don't try to bring me down, especially don't try to, I would say also, you know, watch how you're talking to people. You guys could be coming across as very abrasive at this time. Six of Swords is what this new lunar cycle for the year is bringing in for you, though. Moving on to calmer waters. And as long as you're willing to take the lessons and not the emotions, not the fighting, not the mental instability, the issues that were brought up, you know, when we were at that Five of Swords, the push through, the fight, the area where somebody probably took something from you, or you had to take something from a situation and leave. Because Six Swords here is really about moving on. Sixes for me are also a special message that you're going forward in the right direction. So whatever you're leaving behind this year, and especially around the lunar cycles of the year, if you find that there's a lot of release for you this year, Virgo, it needs to happen so that you can move on towards something better. Because Six of Swords is, again, this smooth passage from difficulty. It has you working through any type of unresolved, you know, fears, anxieties, issues, especially mental. So there is a sense of moving forward, moving on for something more stable, something that we don't really have to continue to fight for. We want stability. We want to fight for something. We want to move on towards this Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a great card to get. It's, you know, you see this doorway, there's a bunch of flowers, there's a, you know, this big cosmic hand popping out of the clouds with a giant disc of money, a giant disc of stability. And as an earth sign, you know, we're pretty comfortable with the thought of, you know, having a giant thing of money given to us here. It's material gain. It's the attainment of the prosperity that we want, but we have to be willing to fight for something and really move on from the past, really move on from what felt like a losing battle. So if something has felt like a losing battle, especially in terms of money, in terms of a relationship, in terms of where you're headed, it's time to really look at that from a bird's eye view and see what is worth fighting for and what is not. If you really want this Ace of Pentacles, what is it going to take to get there? And what are you going to have to leave in order to get to that place of stability, that place of this is really the beginning of the life that you want. But you have to decide, you know, if what you're doing is really getting you there or what you need to change about that. Ooh, okay, Virgos. Those are your messages there. Let's move on to Libras. Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is coming in for you in this Aquarius new moon? This new moon in Aquarius, fellow air sign. Ooh, we will take that. Hell yeah. And what is this beginning in terms of your new lunar cycle for the year? Ooh. Yeah, we're going to need to clarify. You guys just got two major arcana. It's coming in as good. It's all that good Venusian stuff. We'll talk about that in a sec. Let me pull a clarifier, though, especially for this. What does this bring? Oh, this has to do with love. You guys are going to be looking at a relationship differently this year. I like it. We're looking at just how you get into relationships, the quality of a relationship. If what you have, especially if you're in one, I feel like you guys are really going to be looking at what the, you know, where is this going? Is this equal? What's happening here? But you guys have a lot of focus, I think, on love here. For what's coming in, you get the Empress. The Empress is all that wonderful abundance energy here. You know, the Empress always brings in, you know, just this, I want to say not maternal, but Venusian type of energy. She's also my card of Taurus. But for a Venus-ruled sign like you, it's really hard to ignore that this doesn't have a lot to do with you. Because, again, you're ruled by Venus just like Taurus. So there is this energy of pleasure, of comfort, of whatever ideas, and especially for me, the Empress talks about the manifestation of what we've been able to create, what we've been able to build. She is a creator. She is the, you know, divine feminine type of energy, but she is that mother energy. What have you been wanting to create? What have you, again, been wanting to build, especially in terms of love? What have you been manifesting in terms of a relationship? And are you happy where you are? Empress asks you to look at all these areas, and if one thing is out of balance, then it's going to say, you really got to look at this. And even if you're feeling like the Empress, and that's what, you know, what is coming in, it's an ability for you to really sit down and quietly look at this all year. Look at your relationships, look at the equality, look at what love really is to you and what it brings in. Because I find sometimes the air signs get stuck on the more material, which is interesting because I don't find earth signs get stuck on this, actually. I think earth signs look for real stability. I mean, sometimes they do. I guess, get stuck with the money. But as a Venus ruled sign, and especially being the opposite Venus ruled sign that Taurus is, you guys tend to get stuck up actually in the material, where Taurus gets stagnant and a little bit stuck in terms of, you know, things being comfortable, not so much in terms of money, but physically, etc. And especially they get more stuck up in the physical. You guys are more about the money, the looks, the appearance. So if you're finding that that's what is taking over your relationship, and that's what's making you, you know, look for people, or, you know, date certain people, stay with certain people, then it's time to really look at this, because the Hangman is not going to let you kind of go easy on this. It's that Neptunian energy of, you need to really take a minute to stare at this. You need to really look at, you need to take yourself back here into this place of, you know, like a pause. It's like the universe is saying, this year for relationships, you need to pause. And especially around the new and full moon cycles, because it's going to tell you a lot about them in terms of what's coming up. I highly suggest journaling, meditating, reaching out if you're not really understanding something, because it wants you to learn something about the way that you conduct your relationships and about the quality. You guys are often known to kind of be indecisive and to kind of make excuses, honestly, for people when they're not that good to you, because of, you know, maybe we're getting some money out of it, maybe we're getting something good out of it in this way. But it's time to really look at, you know, does this bring home the bacon in a more spiritual sense? Is this emotionally satisfying? Can I be with this, you know, can I still be in relationships like this, or can I still continue the relationship I'm in, you know, with the way I've been going about it, with the way that I've been, you know, bringing them in, with the attitudes, the people. I don't know, just for me, it signifies that there's something off there, and there's something that you really need to look at within a relationship, or within romantic relationships in general, and how you bring them in and the types that you've been bringing in. Because there does, when the Hangman shows up, I mean, everything else seems good, but the Hangman for me is always saying, no, this might seem really good, but you really have to look at this, and you really have to feel your way through something. So even if, you know, it's like that little 1 second, minute of feeling, or, you know, that little, pay attention to that. It's very important. And if you don't pay attention to it now, eventually it could turn into a tower situation. And I don't think you want the universe taking over your relationships. It's not fun. So let's move on now to Scorpios. My Scorpios. Oh, they didn't like when I made fun of you guys. But I can't deny that the card, I mean, a lot of cards fell out, but one card fell out separately and upright. And I think you guys know what card that was. It was the Tower, for what's coming in. So, Scorpios, you guys always got to shake it up, huh? You're like, drop the whole deck. You thought Libras was a cool message. Like, look at us. All right, so what is this starting for you guys for your lunar cycle for the year? Scorpios. This new moon in Aquarius. What is the beginning for your lunar cycle this year? And do check out your monthlies as well as your yearlies. The yearly messages were really big and really important. And the astrology, again, this year is nothing to sniff at. So do check that out, Scorpio, if you haven't. What is this going to bring in for you for the lunar cycles? The lunar cycle for the year of 2020. What is this beginning? So you think that lunar cycles are not connected? They are. Okay, let's get a clarifier, because obviously we're going to need a clarifier for this kind, for this combo. You might even need a couple. Oh my gosh. No, one at a time. You guys are, what is this energy? Let's clarify this. Clarify the Tower for what's coming in for Scorpios for this new moon in Aquarius. Come on. I just got like a really weird feeling when I touched one card and then I lost it. Please come back. See, I'm getting an itchy face and everything about this, and I looked up and it was 2222. So if you've seen 2222 a lot, pay attention, Scorpio. I think you have decisions. Where's this Tower? Oh my gosh, why can't I get a card? Morgan Greer is usually flipping right out, but it's like... What does the Tower bring in for you, Scorpio, for this new moon in Aquarius? What's it bringing in? I don't know. I think it's going to be different for a lot of you, but it will bring out the mysteries, bring out what needs to really be looked at, asked, questioned. And I think for a lot of you, you kind of know where this Tower is going to hit. This is bringing in for you for the year. Okay. Oh my God, Scorpio. You guys like, okay, fine. We're letting it go. No more clarifiers. You guys really don't want to. It's like you guys like knew that this was the Tower and now you just don't want to know about it. The Tower is what's coming in for you. Don't be afraid. This is like your energy anyways. A lot of people associate the Tower with you. I don't really, but it is the sense that there is something, there has to be something that falls away for something else to live. You have to let something go. You have to allow something to fully collapse in on itself. Something has not worked out here. Something has shown itself as unstable, and you see that this person is flying out the Tower. It's not so much a couple in this sense, but it's you. And below this, we get the High Priestess. So for me, it's a change in our perspective. It's a change in our spirituality. It's a change in who we are and how we're, seeking our questions, in my opinion. There's unrevealed influence. There's mystery about what the Tower is here as well for a lot of you, is what I get. Is that there's a lot of mystery around this. But what it is important to remember is that for the next, year ahead in this lunar new year, around the, around the lunar cycles, full, new moons, all that stuff, eclipses, pay attention because you will be giving and receiving a lot. You'll be receiving, what you have lost in terms of situations, having things balance out. Six of Pentacles is a great card to get for this because it does show you, again, in a material sense of receiving, getting things back that you have deserved. There's generosity. So if you have, lost money in the past, you've had to give money for this, that, help people, your generosity gets repaid. Your good karma gets repaid. So anything else you can tell me about Scorpio for this new moon, what's coming up or in for them? Because this is some big, big stuff. It's to do with this Tower. Oh my gosh. The Lovers. There's a choice. I can't deny that the Two of Swords was behind a lot of this stuff. Another card that came out just on the ground, but face down, was the Magician. Some of you might not believe you have, the ability to make these decisions, the abilities to, choose some of these paths that you want to go down, but you do. And I think you'll realize this year that if you start putting out that kind of energy, that if you start, putting your energy into, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to start seeking out the mysteries. I'm going to start seeking out the real answers. I'm going to live life on a deeper level here and, seek out true fulfillment. You will receive it. So it's kind of a change in how you live life. And I mean, it's not difficult for you. Not difficult, not it's not difficult, but it's not unheard of for you Scorpios to create the Tower moments in your life so that you can change and you can make your life the way it should be. A lot of major arcana just came out. Can we note that as well? The Tower, the High Priestess, the Magician. Big stuff for you guys. So let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius for new moon in Aquarius. What's coming in for you? What's coming up for you guys? Ooh, okay. And what is this lunar cycle beginning for you? You guys have been asking a lot about who am I and who am I going to be by the end of this year. It's a lot of change and things coming into alignment with the new you. So there are questions, there are mysteries, but like, this is a good one. Let me pull a clarifier. I get the sense some of you, this is about love for some of you. The Seven of Swords. You're figuring out some situation in terms of love. You might be realizing your feelings for somebody, but there is a reveal, or you might not even know that somebody has something for you at this new moon. So if there's love, if you have feelings for somebody, you think they might have something for you, take a chance. It does seem like it's going to work out. It's kind of a surprise when you get the Seven of Swords. You might feel that something has been sneaky, off, strange. You might feel like you haven't been able to trust something, but I feel that you can here when you get that Two of Cups. There is a two becoming one, and it's a union based on respect. Again, it's a fair exchange. So you might be surprised to find that there is a fair exchange in all of this. And if you've had trouble in love, here it is. Your growth throughout this year for the lunar cycles is King of Wands. This is you growing into your highest and most developed self. So again, you're becoming your King of Wands. You're becoming something more. You're moving from like, you know, Knight energy, Knight of Wands energy, which is usually what I associate with you, to this developed, this intelligent, this leader kind of energy. This is what I'm doing. I mean, look at the way he's holding this lion. The lion's in dominion of him. You're in dominion of your own power, your own energy. You're not running here, there, everywhere. You know where you're going to take it. You know who you are. And the rest of the world's going to damn well know it too by the end of 2020. You're taking control and authority in your life in a lot of huge ways and are becoming your best self, your highest good. You're the new Sag, which is incredible. Like, you guys are, damn. What I'd give to have some placements in your sign this year. All right. Let's move on to... and what's that? Aquarius, Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is coming up for you in this new moon in Aquarius? Capricorn. Oh, nice. And what's coming up for this lunar cycle for the year ahead? It's beginning at the beginning of this new lunar cycle here. Nice. 2 major arcanas. The Seeker here is your is what's coming up for you. So what are you seeking? What do you want out of life? With all this energy in your sign, you kind of hold the reins here. And whatever you want, you know, there's a lot of luck this year for you. So don't start deluding yourself and saying, I can't have this, I can't do this, you know, this isn't practical, because this year it doesn't have to be practical for you to get it, because energy is on your side. So in terms of spirituality, money, a better life, whatever questions you might be, you know, wanting the answers to, start seeking, start learning, start reaching in. Wow, 7 of Swords. You have to really look at the part of your, you know, what it is that, you know, what it is that you're questioning here. 7 of Swords to me is if you think that something is off, you think that something is strange, or you think that you might even be tripping yourself up. The answers will come, but you have to seek it out. You can find your own 7 of Swords no matter what this is about. Whatever it is that you're seeking, whatever it is that you need more information on, especially if you think that somebody is, you know, hurting you, playing you, something like that, there is a sense of some success here in terms of finding all that. I don't know. I kind of also get, you know, you have been trying to figure out what is this? Like, there's questioning when the 7 of Swords comes up, and there's mystery, and there's also, you know, how successful can I be in terms of moving forward if I don't have all the answers? But if you start seeking, you will find the answers. You will see that also you can't know everything, and that you kind of have to just trust in the universe this year. Things are in balance. Things are working out for you. You are guided by this divine energy throughout all of 2020. I mean, it's a beautiful year for you guys, especially. And there's a lot of inspiration, a lot of really beautiful, really healing energy for you guys this year. And again, the star talks about, again, that light at the end of a long, dark tunnel, the trust in the universe, knowing that, you know, this universal energy, your higher self, spirit is with you, and they're guiding you to bring a balance in both areas of your life, in your consciousness, in your emotions, and in the material. So balance yourself in from your inside out, seek from the inside out, and you will bring the answers out into reality in a really beautiful way this year. Whew, Capricorn. All right. It's your year, man. So let's move on now to Aquarius, because it's your new moon. I know. Oh, and as I said that, Miss Kitty, she's sitting on the ledge right over here. Just a little stretch. It's very cute. So, Sagittarius. I mean, why did I say Sagittarius? Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Aquarians. What is this new moon in your sign bringing in for you? Ooh, hell yeah, a change, a really positive change. When the Wheel of Fortune comes in, things are changing for the better. You're entering a brand new cycle. And I mean, I'm doing this on the day where your your solar return is, where it begins, because the sun just moved into your sign this morning. And the Wheel of Fortune heralds change, positive change, a new year, a new you, things going in the right direction. You could also be feeling really on top of it right now. Things are in flow in a good way, and you might find that something really good comes in to change your life around this new moon. What does this lunar cycle begin for you for the year of 2020, for lunar cycles? What is it beginning for you, though? Seven of Swords is all around this, ain't it? Seven of Swords, seeking out the answers, seeking out questions, or, you know, let's see what this is about. Seven of Swords is kind of a mysterious fox in the hen house kind of energy. What's being hidden? What's the issue? If there's been an issue and you haven't been able to find it, it will come out in due timing and divine timing. Wow. The Lovers, choices. I know the Lovers can also mean love, but I think in this case especially, this refers to some choices that we don't know the answers to. We might feel that we don't have an answer for which way to go, for what to do, for which path to choose for some of us here, and it has been difficult. The Moon. You have to start questioning things. This is, you know, the mysteries, the anxieties, the fears, the things that come up that really ask you, you know, why are these things coming up? Is what's going on with the Seven of Swords. You have to divine, you know, why these certain things come up, why the why is here in a greater sense, and in a sense that I really don't know how to put any other way, is you got to look at the whys. You know, seeking something. For me, when I get that, it has to do with some choices. I mean, you have positive things coming in, but you might not, you know, these choices might give you anxiety to step into something else. You know, why does that give you fear? Is it a fear of failure? Why do you have these fears of failure that stop you from taking the chances that the universe is trying to give you? It's like the universe wants to give you these good things, and you'd rather choose to sit and freak out about it. So it's time this year to really look at, you know, what brings up these anxieties, what really brings up these fears, and how really is the best way to tackle this, because it's causing you to not be able to choose some really good things that seem especially to be coming in during this new moon. Like, you have really good choices. You have an opening to something that feels really good, that feels like the path that you want to take. And yet I get the sense that a lot of you aren't going to take that because you're afraid of it for some reason. So look at these things, like really look at the answers, reach out to your higher self, and again, feel free to dig at these mysteries, to ask why, to really look at what is stopping me from doing something better for myself. I don't know. Anyways, let's go on to Pisces, my last sign. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is coming up and coming in for you in this new moon in Aquarius? Oh my gosh. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's coming in for you this new moon in Aquarius. Okay. Oh, okay. Can't really ignore that. Nine of Swords. What's starting in this lunar cycle? Lunar cycle begin for you guys? Oh my gosh, one at a time. Lunar cycle begin for Pisces for year 2020. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's get a clarifier here, especially for this first card. For me, you guys have, I don't know, seemingly been dealing with maybe a fire sign for a while. Or somebody that has this, I don't know, there's a lot of passion in this person. Because Queen of Rods shows up for you guys in situations a lot. And I feel like there's a person in your life who has this Queen of Rods energy. Very attractive, bright, fiery kind of energy, creative possibly. A go-getter, somebody that's, you know, maybe a fire sign, but doesn't always have to be. But has that type of, I don't know, a certain spark. What's coming in for you, though, during this New moon in Aquarius is this Nine of Swords, and below it, the Magician reversed. I don't really like that together. Some of you might be acting almost against yourself in some ways because you have fears, because something has brought you to this Nine of Swords point, nightmares, anxiety, worry. Something has been in your head for, I don't know, it just feels like something is driving you crazy. When I get the Nine of Swords, I mean, that's kind of my night of terrors, you know, a nightmarish, you know, waking up in the middle of the night with your head in your hand saying, why? Or not even being able to sleep in the first place. It's the card of a worry-based insomnia. It's, you know, things not working out the way you want them to. It's the delay, the disappointment, the fears that overshadow your desire to push on, to push forward, to grow. So if this is a love situation where there is fear, I do think a lot of it with the Magician reversed is, using these things for destructive ends. Yes, maybe there has been a Magician reverse, a sneaky snake oil salesman, but at the same time, I kind of get the sense that you're kind of you're like selling snake oil to yourself here. You're kind of telling yourself these negative things. You are bringing these, you know, your energy to destructive ends rather than growing, rather than allowing it to come out normally. And I'm actually going to pull in one more for what might help this and this new moon. Ace of Rods, communication. So if you find that, you know, you've been stuck in your head about something so much so that it's gotten to the point of, again, deluding yourself, destroying the situation before it's even grown. And Pisces, you're kind of known to get in some places where, especially emotionally, if you feel like you could get hurt, if you feel like something is not working, you know, you run through all these scenarios, all these things in your head that aren't real, but all you have to do is bring it into reality and communicate. You know, bring a fresh, you know, energy into this, you know, again, it's just, to me, communication. Bringing that, you know, fresh energy, and that gives this the chance to either go one way or the other. Saying, you know, this is how I feel, this is what's going on with me, where are we at, where do we go from here? So, and that can be about anything, but what this starts for you for the year, King of Cups, growing to a more emotionally developed part of yourself. This is the emotionally developed you. Pisces, you're kind of known to be more of, you know, the Page or the Knight of Cups, that essence of love, that romanticism. But this is you growing to that developed, that matured sense of emotion. The ability to communicate emotionally, the ability to feel the compassion, to feel things, you know, to communicate things in a healthy way emotionally. So instead of sitting in our heads about it and driving ourselves crazy and destroying the situation from inside out, which is what you guys tend to do, it's like, this is how it's going to be, so I'm going to start believing this, I'm going to get all in my head about it. I'm not going to talk to anyone about it. I'm especially not going to talk to the other person about it, or the person that's bothering me, or the situation that's bothering me. I'm just going to drive myself crazy. So watch out for that with this new moon in Aquarius, and handle this a different way. Communicate. Find a fresh way to bring energy into this and to say what you need to say, because this is the essence of beginnings. You have a beginning here that can turn you into this, and especially with this person. This person does show up upright. They want you to communicate to them, but you have to be willing to kind of step up and be more mature emotionally. So this year you will find yourself able to mature emotionally, especially, and that will help you also mature in terms of your communications and telling people how you really feel, in ways that, you know, propagate new beginnings rather than endings that are self-inflicted. All right, big messages there, Pisces. Love you guys. Check out your yearlies. You had an amazing yearly, so please check it out, especially the beginning part with the astrology. It was like all this good stuff for you, and then the cards were like also amazing, so check that out, guys. Check out all of the monthlies as well as the yearlies. Just a little side message here. We just saw a friend's band last night. They were incredible, and they were called Joe's Truck Stop, so I'll try to put that right there. They're amazing. No, they're not paying me to do this, but I was just like, if you want some good upbeat music, you like maybe bluegrass, even some type of country or vibes, like this is good. This isn't like crappy country, some crappy bluegrass that's around now. This is, you know, three guys just doing, you know, acoustic stuff that is just amazing. It's incredible. So definitely check them out. And let them know that I sent you. Have a wonderful day, guys. Have a wonderful new moon in Aquarius. Happy Lunar New Year. And I'm wishing you guys nothing but the best. Also, if you want to book a private reading, all the info is below. I'm doing a special for yearly reads. So if you want to check out your year ahead, it's $30 and it lasts about 30 minutes. And that's only being offered up until about February 15th. So take advantage of that. Have a wonderful and blessed start to the Lunar New Year. Love you guys. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share. Namaste.